Have you ever sat down to work, but found yourself pulled in 100 directions at once? Your email pings. Your phone lights up with notifications. Instagram tempts you with endless scrolling. You tell yourself you'll start in 5 minutes. And somehow an hour disappears. Focus feels impossible, and yet over 2,000 years ago, Marcus Aurelius, emperor of Rome, leader of armies, ruler of millions, struggled with the exact same problem. The amazing truth is this: if Marcus could find clarity in the middle of wars and political chaos, then, maybe, his lessons can help us find focus in our daily lives. Stay until the end, because I'll share one simple Stoic exercise Marcus used himself. Something you can try tomorrow morning to sharpen your attention and protect your mind. The first mistake we all make is thinking. Focus is a feeling. We wait for the perfect mood, the perfect environment, or the perfect inspiration before we start. We say, I'll work when I feel motivated. I'll pay attention when everything is quiet. But Marcus knew that waiting is a trap. In his meditations, he reminded himself, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Focus is not about waiting for conditions to be right. Focus is about deciding what deserves your attention and practicing that decision again and again. Think about modern life at work. Emails stack up, Slack, notifications pop, and meetings fill the calendar. At home, our partner or kids want us present, but we're half distracted by our phones. Even in our downtime, Netflix auto-plays the next episode, and we tell ourselves just one more. Marcus would shake his head. The moment is now. Attention is now. The choice is yours, not tomorrow's picture. Marcus, in his own life, he wasn't sitting in a quiet study. He was in a military camp, cold winds sweeping through the tents. There was disease spreading through Rome, enemies pushing at the borders, and political rivals whispering back in the city. And yet, in his private notes, he wrote to himself at dawn, when you rise unwillingly, let this thought be present: I am rising to do the work of a human being. Marcus knew the temptation of distraction, but he also knew his duty. If the emperor of Rome could focus in chaos, so can you and I, in a noisy office or a crowded coffee shop. And if this makes sense so far, hit the like button, so more people can discover this Stoic wisdom. Seneca, another great Stoic, warned about being everywhere and nowhere. He said, people who try to do everything end up doing nothing. He wrote, to be everywhere is to be nowhere. Does that sound familiar? It's the same feeling as juggling emails, Instagram, YouTube, and text messages all in the same hour, and finishing the day, wondering why nothing truly meaningful got done. Seneca's advice was clear. Cut away the trivial so the essential can shine. In today's terms, that could mean turning off phone notifications for 1 hour, saying no to meetings you don't need, or simply choosing one important task and finishing it before you start another. Epictetus, born a slave, taught discipline with sharp clarity. He told his students, you become what you give your attention to. Think about that. Your attention is shaping you moment by moment. If you give your mind to doom scrolling, to outrage, to endless comparison, that's who you become. If you give your mind to study, to kindness, to practice, then that becomes your character. In modern America, it's easy to get lost in the endless news cycle or TikTok loops, but Epictetus would remind us, your attention is the most valuable currency you have. Spend it wisely. So how can we practice Stoic focus today? Start with a morning intention inspired by Marcus. Before you open your phone, before you open your email, write down the single most important task of the day. That one thing becomes your anchor. like Marcus reminding himself each dawn of his duty. Next, practice what Seneca might call the discipline of one. Choose one task and work on it until it's done. Then and only then move to the next. This simple rule protects your mind from scattering. Finally, try an evening reflection inspired by Epictetus. Before you sleep, ask yourself, where did my attention go today? Did I give it to things under my control or wasted on distractions outside my control? Over time, this audit sharpens your awareness. And awareness is the first step toward mastery. Now let's be honest. Even the Stoics knew focus wasn't perfect. Marcus admitted his own struggles with laziness and distraction. So, what are the mistakes we should avoid? The first is forcing yourself into burnout. The Stoics valued balance. They worked hard, but they also rested wisely. The second mistake is thinking focus means isolation. Marcus still led, Seneca still advised. Epictetus still taught. Focus is not about cutting off life. It's about clarity within life. And the third mistake is expecting perfection. Focus is a practice, not a final state. Some days you'll slip, that's normal. The key is to return again and again to what matters most. So here's the truth: focus is not a gift. It's a discipline. Marcus Aurelius found it in battle camps. Seneca found it in political chaos. Epictetus found it in hardship. And you can find it in the middle of emails, social media, and modern noise. The Stoic path teaches that focus is not about the absence of distractions. It's about the presence of intention. Tomorrow morning, try this. Before you do anything else, write down your most important task. Just one, that's your duty for the day. Protect it. This was Marcus's own practice, and it can become yours too. Now I want to hear from you. What's your biggest distraction right now? And how do you deal with it? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. And if this Stoic wisdom resonates with you, consider subscribing because, as Marcus himself said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one.